Hello and welcome to On The Frontline, a video series by The Grocer where we'll be talking to people working to get food and other essential items to consumers during the coronavirus pandemic. I'm Abby Dawson, food and drink reporter at The Grocer, and today I'm talking to Matthew Mills, CEO at Deliciously Ella. Matt's going to be telling us all about the temporary closure of the deli in Mayfair, how that impacted business, and how Deliciously Ella continued to innovate while adapting to new consumer needs. You and Ella decided to close the deli a little bit ahead of ahead of Prime Minister's instruction. What influenced that decision?
So we had a 70% reduction in sales almost overnight. So it was very clear that the business wasn't feasible for it to survive in that environment. And our landlord, luckily, was very cooperative with us. But the trading levels of the business suddenly dropped to when I think people became very, very nervous about the virus. It was clear that the business couldn't operate at those kind of levels, so we decided to close it. At that time, we've now reopened it. We opened it again in mid-July, and trade is still incredibly subdued. But we're working our way through it, and we're actually really excited. We're turning our deli into a restaurant. So by January next year, it'll be a restaurant, which we're really, really excited about.
How did you move forward from there and adapt your business?
So I think, we were being kind of hurtled with kind of concurrent crises. We have an unusual business because we have exposed to hospitality through our site. We have the main part of our business is our food products business. And different channels were working in different ways. So the high street was working in very different ways to the way the grocers were working. Our breakfast range, for example, our take-home cereals were working in very different ways to our kind of impulsive on snacks were working. But then we also, the kind of third strand of our business is publishing recipes. So Ella's 5th book was actually supposed to come out in April, May time, which then had to be delayed because of everything that was happening. But we saw a huge surge in subscribers to our app, where we have 500 plant-based recipes on it, and yoga content and workout videos under a subscription model. So different parts of the business were needed different types of management to them. They needed different types of responses to what was happening. Some bits of it were kind of good problems because we were seeing huge demand and opportunity. Other bits were, like our deli in central London, were terrible because we had to shut it down.
You've recently launched quite a few new products, which is really exciting. Were they something that you'd put on hold? How did the timing work with that?
Yeah, so we've been able to obviously continue manufacturing throughout this whole thing, and these are actually all projects that have we've been able to see off and get through at the time that we had originally planned them. I think that when this thing happened, we were really keen to not press pause on innovation. I think that launching innovation in a time like this can actually be a really good time to launch it if you can. One, because I think other brands may not have been able to get innovation out, so I think it's a nice opportunity to get lots of eyes and an opportunity to really talk to people about the innovation that you're launching. Our manufacturing was able to make it happen. And so we were really, really keen to press ahead. We had one other launch into a different category that we were looking to launch around now, which we paused just because it was not fit for purpose for the world which we're living in right now. But it's something that we certainly haven't ruled out down the line. But for the majority of our innovation projects, we've been able to get them out. And I think that one of the good things about it was that we have so much muscle memory as a business of launching innovation. We've always been quick to try and get things to market. We've published over a couple of thousand recipes since Deliciously Ella was started. So we have innovation and recipe development kind of in our DNA. And so we were really keen, no matter what, all the outside problems that we're being faced with, to really try and stay on that path as much as we possibly could.